There's another rhythmic piece I'd like to talk about, which I call tuwa. It's basically a push of air and then a quick breath in, the jaw or the cheeks open and close to create this sort of pulse feeling. So this is bounce breath. Tuwa, 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 tuwa. By itself, that's a rhythm. Tuwa, 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 tuwa. Then we can add a sound after the tuwa, something like ha, tuwa ha. So now we've moved into a triplet rhythm if we string them together without any space in between. Tuwa ha, tuwa ha, tuwa ha, tuwa ha. Depending on how you time it, you can get completely different feeling rhythms. We can time the tu part of the tuwa ha on just downbeats. Tuwa ha, tuwa ha, tuwa ha, tuwa ha. Tuwa ha, tuwa ha. We can time it in a more triplet sounding rhythm, and this is where it gets a little funny to talk about. Correct me if there's a better way to talk about this rhythm. Tuwa ha, tuwa ha, tuwa ha, tuwa ha, do. If we compress the timing of it, then we have to add a little space holder at the end. I'm adding a do. So if we compare the first way and the second way back to back, they would sound like this. The problem is, if you're going somewhat fast with the first variation, the second variation is even faster. So I'm going to slow it down a little bit. That's a bit of a brain bender, but a pretty good one, especially if you want to practice gaining comfort in switching between sort of downbeat timing and syncopated timing. Let's add another sound. So we're going to go from tuwa ha to tuwa ha ha. That can be played with in different ways, slower, faster, or now we can start to play around with some different combinations of any of these pieces. We can even extend it a little bit longer. Tuwa ha ha, do do do, tuwa ha ha, taka taka, tuwa ha ha, something else. Tuwa, tuwa ha ha, something else, tuwa da 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 da. So you have some room to play after every tuwa. So let's try something like tuwa ha ha, tuwa ha ha, tuwa tuwa, tuwa ha ha. You can mix that up in so many different possible ways. Another way is to play with the tuwa ha ha and tuwa ha, the triplet variation. Something like tuwa ha ha, tuwa ha ha, tuwa ha, tuwa ha. Tuwa ha ha, tuwa ha ha. Let's actually go tuwa ha ha, tuwa ha ha, tuwa ha, tuwa ha ha. That's super great practice. Tuwa ha ha, pretty even timing, to tuwa ha do or tuwa ha ha, back into the syncopated triplets. Other variations. I'm just sort of picking these as I go, feeling, part of the challenge is feeling how they fit into the space of 2 or 4 counts. And the snapping along actually is really helpful. It's the only way I was able to get that triplet rhythm eventually. Or the longer one with 4 triplets. Super good practice, the snapping or clapping or tapping, whatever you want to do. So hopefully that helps find new rhythms. Playing with tuwa, adding different sounds onto the end of it, extending and shortening it, and then mixing it up, and also playing with where it sits in the timing. And there are other timings than I've shown here, but hopefully that gets you started. Happy playing.